everyone, welcome to the Woodland Pear. I'm Michelle. Today I'm here to share with you a very fun, simple, and easy craft project that you can make to match your seasonal decor no matter what the season. We're going to be making these faux berry branches, and so I'd like to invite you into my craft room with me for a fun and easy project. Okay guys, so here's our supply list. Welcome to my craft room. Please make sure you subscribe before you leave, and hit the little bell and all that business just to help me grow. And so I've got our supply list. We've got cardboard, the heavy duty, like a brown construction paper on the table to protect our surface. And then I've got this thin weight stuff. We're going to be using this. We've got a stapler, scissors. We're going to be choosing a paint of your choice, and we're going to need a little paintbrush. We've got beanbag filler, a hot glue gun, and a branch of your choice, okay? Any type of a branch. First things first, I'm going to take some of this paper. I bought this actually to use it as a runner. It's a little thin, probably maybe 9 inches wide, 8 inches, I don't know. The roll, I bought it over a year ago. Little projects, it's very thin, lasts forever. I still have a ton. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is cut off a piece so we can make about a square out of this. Just roughly. It's my alternative to a paper plate, a little painting buddy, whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, but this is just a little something. I'm just taking the corners and pinching the corners together and giving it a little staple. Okay, kind of folding that just a little bit. This is kind of like an alternative to a paper plate. What this is going to do is okay, here's our beanbag filler, okay? I'm so excited about this. I got this at, you can find this at a lot of stores, Meijer's, your grocery store. We have Meijer's here in Michigan. Walmart, I'm sure he has this lots of places. It's just a beanbag refill package. These are about, I'd say these are like about a 3 to 5 millimeter size little styrofoam beads. And this bag was about $13.99. And I'm just going to open up this bag. And very carefully, we're going to pour a little amount of these beads into our little makeshift paper plate. Painting container. Okay. Very tricky. These are full of static cling. I'm going to use a little clip that closed. Okay. They do have static cling. Just want, an amount about like this. Okay, so done with the stapler. I get out a paintbrush and I need to grab my paint. So $13.99 for that bag. You saw what I used here. I've got like, I don't know, it's not even maybe a quarter of a cup, half a cup. I've been working with about no more than a half, 3/4 of a cup of this at a time, because you don't want your tray too full. You want these to stay contained. Flat paper plate did not work. You can use any type of paint for this. Today I'm using Folk Art Teddy Bear Tan, and it's just an acrylic paint. You're going to squeeze just a little bit of paint. You can use chalk paint. I use chalk paint for a lot of these. And really, that's about all the paint I'm going to put in there. Okay? And you're going to get more paint on your brush and on the paper than you are actually going to be using on these beads. And this is so fun and simple, and this takes something as simple as styrofoam beads, and we're making little berries. And I'm just painting these. They feel like, kind of like not really popcorn, but more like puffed rice cereal. And so this is kind of a fun little project. Double layers on this paper I did so that the paint wouldn't soak through, but really minimal amount of paint. You could make these in multiple colors to go with any decor. So just keep painting and painting. And this really does keep them contained with the sides better than a paper plate. They also have static electricity, like I said. They start to get out of your container and fall on the floor. They all kind of start to swirl around and congregate. It's kind of funny, actually. While they're wet, they don't have the static, but the bag can get out of hand. So cut a very small hole. Just my 2 cents about that. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to coverage here, full coverage, sort of. This is a very forgiving project, and okay, so one thing I will say is you can see they're stuck in the paintbrush a little bit. You don't want the really small kind that are almost like a sprinkle for a cookie, because those are just so small they wouldn't even do anything. I wouldn't bother my time for that. And these, for the price, I'm going to have enough berries to share with, you could share with the whole neighborhood and still have a ton. Okay, once I got my full coverage on my first coat, you can do 2 coats if you'd like. I just kind of took my paintbrush, the end of it, and kind of tried to separate these out a little bit so that they would, you know, dry faster, because I'm kind of impatient in the craft room. So that kind of flattened them out and helped them to dry. Okay, so there's our beads. And you can see I missed a few. I didn't get them fully covered. That's okay. So we're going to set these aside to dry. Again, this is called Teddy Bear Tan from Folk Art. You can use any color that you like, but this is the Teddy Bear Tan. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside to dry. And I've got my glue gun heating up. And this is a nice little project. We have many colors here that I want to show you that I've made ahead of time, and I made other branches. This is our Teddy Bear Tan in 1 coat, and then here's Teddy Bear Tan in 2 coats. Okay, so you can see the difference there, and these look like little actual berries that the outer shell has crackled and kind of dried and peeled a little, like would actually happen in nature. So again, that's the Teddy Bear Tan 1 coat and 2. I kind of prefer the 1 coat. I also did, okay, this is a bigger size bead here of styrofoam. These are 7 to 9 millimeter size, and you can see the difference. I did order these from Amazon, and my old go-to, my old ochre from Annie Sloan. These were done in chalk paint with, I believe that was 1 coat. Okay, and there's the 2 sizes. Here's Paris Gray from Annie Sloan. I also have 3 different greens. I was just experimenting. I have Versailles, Chateau Gray, and here's your olive. You can probably see them better from the back. And that just gives you a little bit of an idea of how versatile this is. I did do the truffle, and it was just such a flat brown. I love this color brown from Waverly chalk paint truffle, and this color, it just was a little flat, fell a little flat. But if you wanted to do like a variegated branch, you could very easily do that. Okay, so we're going to be actually using these, let's see, what color are we going to use? This is the hard part, you guys. These are Teddy Bear Tan that I showed you, and I have sitting here. These are the same ones I showed you at the beginning of the video. And we're going to go with these old ochre, I think. I have a branch here that was, you could, you know, any kind of twigs, more like a twig actually than a branch. These are the smaller ones, and these are something you could collect on a walk. If you have a tree in your yard, you know, these could be falling. This is from actually a little, like a miniature kind of a Japanese maple tree that we have, and that's where these branches came from as well. But you could get these branches on a walk. These kind of do kind of sweep and, you know, kind of twist very nicely, and kind of that sweeping motion, which is really nice. So that's what we're going to be using. But honestly, any branch from a walk, you can purchase branches, but these were actually clipped off my branch in the front of my house. And I wanted to show you, these are peppercorns, which we probably all have in our kitchen. And these are in different colors, and in nature, anything goes. That would go in nature is okay with me. So I was trying to kind of go for, you know, the natural colors and the Versailles and the Chateau Gray and all that. So these are strictly for crafting and in my craft room, and kind of inspirational for this project. The inspiration I have to show you for this project came from these, which are dried. These are actual berries from nature. They're called tallow berries, and they have 3 little buds on 3 little berries on each branch. This is the inspiration for this project. Okay, I have here some of these branches that I made to look like tallow berries, and you can see there's 3 there together. 3 little berries, and then I've got some clustered together. I also did sugar these, which maybe we'll do that here in a moment with our branch. This is one of our greens. I believe this was Chateau Gray berries that we started with, and of course we're going to be using the old ochre, which is what these are also done in. And our branch, and you want to get comfortable to do this if you like sitting or standing for crafting, and just kind of get comfortable and put your branch at a comfortable level. And we've got our little berries here. Kind of enjoy the process, embrace the process. How you're going to start, you're just going to put a very little amount of glue on your branch and hold it there for a sec. And the less, really you don't want much glue at all, okay? So we're going to put another little berry. Okay, so I think there's a few here that still don't have any berries on them, but I think that's all right. If you look at the other branch, you'll see that there are places where the berries have fallen off and the leaves have fallen off, and what you're left with really is a beautiful work of nature that I just kind of enhanced. So, you know, again, a really fun project. So what I would like to do with you now, so we're going to do a little bit of glittering. I have Mod Podge. You can use, I have matte finish or gloss, doesn't matter, whichever one you want. I'm going to try the gloss today, and I have some German glass glitter here. This is German glass glitter, and it's crushed up glass, okay? This is a specialty item that may not be something you could find at Michael's or Joann's, but you could definitely find this on Amazon or in some of your specialty shops that sell special, you know, brands of decorative type, you know, fun paints. And it's just fun to use. You could also use regular glitter from the craft store. That would be great too. But I'm going with this for the extra glitter and glam today. And I've got a little spoon. I have my Mod Podge. And all I'm going to do is go right into the bottle, because we're not really, you know, doing much with this. So it's not even worth dirtying a dish to put your Mod Podge on. So we're just going to do a few of these little berries. And these large clumps, these are actually like mistakes where I had glue showing, or you could just want a larger berry, you know, cluster once in a while. And so that's where I have these big clusters. On mine, that's where, like I said, there was a mistake. A bunch of glue was showing, or I just wanted to make a fat little clump of berries. So just painting on our Mod Podge. And doesn't have to be perfect. And for time's sake, I'm, you know, doing this rather quickly. You're going to take your time, and you could do the whole branch if you wanted, the twig part. You know, you can do whatever you want. But this, I'm just kind of painting with Mod Podge. And it's a small branch, so I am doing the whole thing at once. But you, of course, would want to take your time and make it beautiful. And I wouldn't do a whole branch like that at once. I would take little sections, but I'm doing this for you today. These could be used in any type of seasonal decor. Stick them in a pot with some pretty flowers. You could put them, you know, amongst a green plant that needs a little berry, a little detail for the season. You could put these, you know, just in a vase. And we're just going to sprinkle, tap that off. Okay, we lost one of our berries. It's okay. These are very forgiving. I would use any type of a water-based paint would work. You know, an acrylic paint, chalk paint. You might even be able to use latex house paint. I would try. And if that's what you've got, a little bit of paint, a little bit of sparkle, a little twig from a walk, and some little beads, and your glue gun. And really, everyone, this was just such a fun craft, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to have beads for years to come in that bag of stuffing. Please subscribe, come back and see me, and I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I did. And these branches have been on my table for about a month, and I'm absolutely loving them. They will be duplicated in many colors. Again, the rainbow of color choices are just endless. One last project I want to show you that I did with these beads. I'm going to grab, this is a little wreath that I made, and it hangs on this is a little wreath that I made here. Hangs on the door to my craft room, and this is using the two different size of the styrofoam beads in the 7 to 9 millimeter, and then these of course are the little beanbag stuffing size, the 2 to 3 millimeter. They do sell another size of the beanbag filling that looks more like a capsule or a tablet. Those I didn't go for. I went for the round, and you probably saw me picking through these. There are some that have an odd shape to them. Those I just kind of tossed aside. Anyways, I leave you with this beautiful project. Hopefully you try this. This is grapevine, either gathered from outside or the craft store. A little ribbon and your beads. You're going to have beads forever. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this.